Hello, everyone. My name is Jade from Learn Canva with Jade. This is our intermediate Canva Techniques workshop. I'm really excited to be here with you all today to go over these different techniques, and I will be showing you in real time some examples. So before we get into this, I want to make sure that you're in the right place. So if you already know how to create designs on Canva, if you are already using templates, adding text, and uploading pictures, then we're good to go. My name is Jade Cross French Calhoun, and I'm the founder of Young Gifted Hustler, which is a socio-economic nonprofit organization that specializes in simplifying marketing strategies in order for the impact of these businesses to increase as far as social and economical evolvement. So I'm excited to be here with you all today. Have been an entrepreneur for 6 years and some months now, and I have had to pretty much learn graphic design and marketing in different aspects. And Canva is just a place that I always find myself, and I always get asked to help do some a la carte graphic design. So who else to come share some of their skills than me? So I'm excited about showing you today. And I am a person who's just committed to helping individuals and businesses, organizations alike, thrive using Canva as a marketing tool. And I hope you get inspired today. And if you share this, make sure that you include the Canva workshops, Learn with Jade and Young Gifted Hustler. And at the end, I'll, of course, ask you to share your experience and give your feedback on what you liked about the class and also some things that you would have liked to see. And if it is something that I can do within my power and that makes sense, I will, of course, make those adjustments because your feedback is very valuable. So, like I said, the prereqs to be here are making sure that you understand how to utilize Canva in the most basic way possible. Learning how to pick colors, learning how to choose a font, learning how to choose a template, and knowing how to upload a picture. And as long as you know how to upload a picture, or if you know how to bring a file across different apps, we can work together. So if you just this last part with uploading and editing pictures is something that hinders you, I got you. You could stay here. But if you don't know the rest of that stuff, I have a first part to this four-part series, and it is called the Introduction to Canva, where I am able to teach you these things. So cool. Let's move forward. So today's objectives are for you to be able to learn how to layer different elements in your Canva templates, as well as utilizing a grid to maximize that polished professional look. Choosing the typography, and I'm going to say that typography is a big word, but all it is a font, just a secret. But since we learned Canva, we got to learn the terminology that Canva uses, and typography is one of them. And being able to choose a color theory, a color scheme, a color palette. Those are some of the words that you'll be hearing today, so that we can just enhance these visuals that we're creating, right? So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this advanced tool, but really it's already embedded and you can see it once you start moving around letters. So we're at the part of this workshop where we're going to get pretty interactive. So I will be switching screens. If this is something that you like, make sure that you can tell me in my reviews that you like the interactive. But if you're someone who was like, maybe you should give all the information and afterwards, you know, you can show us what to do. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the invisible grid that Canva uses. So let me go ahead and go out of here. And we'll start back up from where we started. But I already have a template prepped for us. And this part of the template, this is something we're going to just revamp all together because this is so busy. But I was really excited, and it just showed my passion, and it really describes how I felt when I made this. But professionally, it's just it could be more polished. So what I did, I'm showing you all, you see those purple lines that keep popping up? Well, this is what this grid that we're talking about is. So when you're lining something up, it's going to tell you, it's not going to light up if it's not aligned. Like I could just plop it there, and it just doesn't make sense to put it there um, in in that sequence. But that grid right there is showing me like, hey, you could put it right there and it'll be all right. So let's go back now that you know what that is. And let's talk about this color palette. I'm going to talk about this one, and I'm going to go to the next slide, and I'm going to show you those two together, because we talked about the color palette being the way that you can pick those colors and make sure that your design is cohesive. Because some people, like the one that I have, let's talk about me, and the template of the flyer that you just seen, the post template that you've seen. It's a lot of colors going on. So there is a way to make sure that they come together. But let's talk about the grids and the frames, because we have some the grids in there, and I can show you how you can use a frame to enhance this design. So let's go to the color template. The color template and palette looks like this. So let's say that this background is pretty busy. So let's change it to white. Or let's go to one of these templates. So I want to change it to the lightest color. So that way that you can see from all this busyness, it brightens up and it lessens the confusion when you're looking at this particular design. So you could base it off of photo colors. And next time we meet, I'm going to show you all how to really save these palettes so it's a part of the brand. But these intermediate tips are just looking at the elements, and the elements are these things that I have here, the photo that I have, and then the other photos that I put there. So let's talk about a frame now. So we see the color palette. We were able to adjust that busyness by choosing a lighter color palette. So when you have a busy flyer going on, you want to make sure that you make the background either white or a lighter color if you have a lot of bold elements in your design. So they talked about frames, and what I want to do is show you all how to incorporate a frame. So let's look for some frames that can maybe complement this. I feel like if I put this there, it's a little too busy. Um, so let's take that out. And let's go ahead and use this diagonal frame, but let's turn it around and angle it this way. And let's insert this there. And because it's that way, it's not gonna let me. So let's see. Boom. So I could blend myself in there. Now this is not the best, but it was really quick and you can kind of rewind it back. But I did click and drag so that I can incorporate a element, which was that picture that I had. And even if you choose something else, so let me give you another example on the other side. But we're gonna drag anyway. We're gonna continue to drop and drag. So let's make this, put this here. You click and you put this here, and that's you using a frame. Oh, let's go ahead and undo that, or really delete this, and boom. So that shows you how to incorporate a frame. So let's go ahead and continue. And this is also another example of a frame used here. So this is a more real life example of how you can bring it together and just make it look cohesive with whatever you're designing. So let's talk about these fonts, because if you see that flyer that is there that we're using, we see that the fonts are all over the place. So the thing to do is to choose two fonts that complement each other. You use one to draw the attention to the headline, and then the other you use as the body text, and then you just play with the style of it. You play with the colors of it if you need to, if you need to bring it in or bring it out, just to create the attention and the attraction to the design. So back to that grid system. I'm going to talk about the grid system because you just want to make sure that even when you're choosing the lettering, you make sure that you're using the grid design to guide you. So let's go ahead and go back to the typography, which is just the font. And for this, we're going to see, okay, that's Garrett extra bold, that's Garrett extra bold. So it looks like, we already have this going on to where we only have two different fonts, and we played with it. Here, we have a different color. We played with the elements. So this is actually an effect that's there. So I included glitch. Without glitch, this is what it looks like, and with glitch, this is what it looks like. And right now, personally, I enjoy it more without the glitch. Okay, so this is nice. But another thing about the typography is that you don't want to include too much because the audience is not going to read. Just a quick fun fact that just happened yesterday. I posted AI pictures on Facebook, and it was this AI picture of me graduating. I have not graduated college yet. I did just enroll in college again after 10 years, and I am very excited about it, which is why I got so excited about the AI picture. But at the bottom of the AI picture, it said that it was AI generated. But people do not read. So if you are creating a flyer for someone to read, I'm going to just tell you what to do with this. You delete it and you make the main points known. Oh, it's Canva workshops. What kind of Canva workshops? Okay, these are the days that you're doing it. Cool. So I did want to do that with you all as well. So let's go back to the slide and creating custom templates. We're not going to give the example. We will give that blank canvas tutorial during our advanced Canva workshop, which is our last workshop on, I believe that's the 27th of, no, it's the 31st. It's the 31st of July. So make sure you all are there. So with this, you can just use your brand colors, and we'll go over that next time. But as you can see, Canva helps you with the color palette, and it helps you with the templates. So the advanced filters with the imaging, I can show you that. I already showed you the text elements because we were going over typography. That is something to look into. You can play with those different elements as well, and in the advance we'll go more over that, but I will show you again because I use that element here, and I actually like this element, and because I want to keep it, I'll just say none, and this is how it looks without it, and then boom, this is what it looks with it, looks like with it. And then as far as the, let's crop this some more, as far as the filter, what you do is, and this is not proper, I wouldn't add this photo into anything because it's not given. But I did just do it to give you an example of a frame. So what we can do here is we go to edit photo, and then these are the different filters. In the advanced, I'll go over these things, but for now, you can see these different filters, and there are other effects that you can play with. Um, we have Luna, and it's downloaded kind of slow, but I actually like this one. Let's go ahead, and because I'm not filling the frame, we are going to press delete, and then I'm gonna go add another picture because it just wasn't given to me. Let me see. I got some new AI pictures, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and play with these. And I'm gonna close that. Now with this, what I will do, because this can be a frame too, y'all. This could be a frame, but I use them as elements. But with this, what you do is press edit photo. You remove the background, and then you just position it. And then what I'm going to do is go to the layer. I know I'm jumping ahead, but being able to layer this, what you're going to do is choose layer, and then you're going to send that backwards. And it didn't go back the way I needed it to, so we're going to send it back again. And then we're going to send it back again until I can get that. And then another way to do this is just position. And you can just send to the back. Boom. I got it. I got it where I needed it to be. And it looks good. So what we're going to do is kind of adjust the words. Let me see if I can make this a smaller. Yep. Boom. I like that better. So making these words. So what you're gonna do, you gotta adjust the elements. We're gonna bring this back first of all because it's a lot going on. We don't want to do that. I have another element here that I just want to bring over to the side, and we can also change the color. And let's go back to those color palettes. I can show you all again the color palettes, and this is from my brand kit. Let's choose that green. And we're gonna bring these down just so that I can cover that. And this one, I don't think I want it all. So it's all about positioning too. So we just gonna put that there, and we're gonna bring this over so that we can enjoy our AI person. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger and bring it over, and then we're gonna make this a little bit bigger to show it off, and bring it down just a tad bit. Boom. Okay, cool. So the next thing, let's go back to our slideshow. It's the occupancy to blend different techniques. So let me go ahead and just show you all how we can just make some things blend in better. This is at 100%. Let's make it a little bit more transparent. Let's bring it down a little bit so it's like off the page. So when I make it bigger, you won't be able to see it. This is very transparent, but we want to go ahead and position this to the back. So let's go ahead and layer that, this small element right here, and we're going to take it to the back. And we're going to move this up and over so that it's not on that pretty AI person. Well, that AI Jade. It's me. Okay, so I'm going to move this back just a little bit more. And I'm going to just get at a little nudge. We're going to bring this. So here's another tip too, because I have two different fonts here. It's easier to group these things. So if you have like a lot of different components, you can group it, and then I'm going to ungroup it so that I can fix the positioning, because this is also layered to add just that 3D effect. So I have two different fonts, but they complement each other, and when I put it behind one another, it gives that 3D effect. But now I'm going to go back into this, and I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to cover all of these so that I can group them so that we can get the words to be in line. And that way we can make her a little bit bigger and move her over just a tad bit for alignment. Boom. So the next thing is, let's clean this up. It's killing me. Okay. And sometimes I don't like what they tell me, but if it looks good, okay, there we go. So that's the middle. It makes sense now. So boom, we have all of that, and then what we're gonna do is delete this. We're gonna bring that up, and we're gonna make this bigger because we don't want to repeat it, because I have the endorsement, the sponsorship here. I don't need it at the top. And then we're gonna make sure that's aligned, and that this title is titling, and that it's aligned the best way it can. And that does look good, you guys, except for this awkward piece that should be like in the corner. Boom. Okay, so let's go to our next slide. So the gradient is what I showed you with that small element of green. But what I can also show you is that when you have that, you can play with the occupancy, the opacity. I have been saying that wrong the whole time. The opacity of that. So we're going to go here. So this is the gradient element that we're talking about. So the transparency is the occupancy, the opacity, and you can make it lighter or bigger, and just making that, just taking it to 75-ish. It looks good like that. We don't need the whole thing, but it does give like a highlight to those different elements. And these elements are extra. Like this could be good without this. I want to delete it. Let's undo this. And let's just hide it. And then we'll come back and get it in a minute. So we're going to move that back over, and then we're going to come get this later. But if we wanted to, we could just make this bigger, and we could just bring this down or over, and just bring this down and bring this here, and then it'll be all good. But yeah, because I want to keep that element of examples at the bottom so you can kind of know what you're getting yourself into coming to this class, we're going to bring them back. And these are photos that I added and I just made small, and I grouped them together. So let's go ahead and go back to our presentation, but I did show you the gradient, the shadows with the different elements that you can use. And then adding animation. Like this is something that I use for my own branding. So I'm really excited to show you this. Going to this AI picture is where we're going to add this animation because she cute and she needs to know she cute. So how she want to walk through? We're going to let her breathe. Okay? So now what we do to see that is I'm going to bring myself down here and we're going to press play. And then boom, you can do that. So let's close this and let's go back to our presentation, and just the overall tips that I've been giving you all is making sure that everything looks uncluttered and that you pay attention to the consistency of the type of fonts that you use, the colors that you use, and just the different elements that you use. You want the most simple, most attractive, attention grabbing graphic when you create it. So now's the time that you share your struggles and you work it out. You take this time to practice and you let me know. So I hope you enjoyed this time. Because this is recorded, we're going to stop here. And I just want to tell everyone thank you for joining. We will be teaching branding next week, or you can find this in Gumroad if you have found this after the fact of our live presentation. You could go ahead and go to our Gumroad and purchase the resources as well as our interactive Canva design. And I want to thank you all again for coming, and I've enjoyed you all.